made a huge mistake. If you're at work, headphones in.
But let me stay focused.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Shouldn't. Ooh. Welcome back to the ghettoest show on the planet.
Oh my God, what happened to Virgil?
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. That's Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. I'm Lilo.
And I'm Lil Blackheart.
Woo!
And we're back with another episode.
You know, it's all we can do.
When all else fails, make another episode.
Just don't stop. You know?
It's a rolling, not a stopwatch.
Should
never stop. I saw Doe yesterday.
That's good.
Yeah, he was in good spirits.
That's good.
Shout out to Doe.
Woo! And Kenwood and Manny Fresh, for that matter.
So fresh is our turn, baby.
Fresh and stunning. We like brothers. We shine like paint that is awesome. Hey.
That's what we should have been for Halloween.
That should have been honorable mention. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Shout out to y'all.
And speaking of honorable mention, I have it for this episode.
Woo!
And for this episode, I want to give it to Lil Lo.
Ah.
Yeah. This past week, this past Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
In City Council, Lo stood up to the big bad wolf himself, Kenny Alexander. And I'm going to play the clip for you guys. But basically what Kenny Alexander is trying to do is silence the citizens in Norfolk once again. Once we start talking on real issues that's going on in the community. And Lo wasn't having that.
I can play it off my phone if it's easier.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had it here on Instagram, but
I know.
Yeah.
But I didn't want you to have to put the mic to your computer.
See, she's smart. That's why she's doing shit like this.
All right. Clip.
Roll the clip.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
So you can walk away, but you can't say cops kill black kids. You just
But
can't.
they do. It's been proven. It's existed. We experience it. That's not fair to say that he can't say that. It's a fact.
You're talking out of turn. We're not talking to you.
Right, but I'm talking to you. It's a fact. You as the mayor cannot say that cops don't kill black children when it's experienced. It's our lived experience in this city.
I'm going to ask you to leave because if you want to.
Okay, and that's fine. And I will be back the next meeting in the same city where cops kill black children. The hell?
The hell?
The hell?
So, first of all, that's indicative of what we're going through in this city.
Ooh.
Like, I don't really know how I can sum it up anymore. Kenny Alexander is somebody who loves to just cover up the facts once they are shown to, I guess, not put him in the best light, which I don't understand how you can put somebody like him in a good light. But yeah, that's pretty much what goes on. We raise our voices about an issue. Kenny tells us, you know, there's something wrong with what we're doing. We can't say it. We can't speak on it. And then continues to do what he does, which, quite frankly,
isn't marrying.
Ruin Norfolk. Yeah.
It's just kind of like vibes.
Yeah.
Lining his pockets.
I would love to know what he actually, I would love to know like what his history was before this, like what type of jobs he had before this.
He was a state
mayor.
senator. And he wrote a book about racism.
So, I mean, I don't know. But back to the point, getting back on task, let me stay focused. Shout out to Lo for standing up to him in City Council. The next meeting is going to be November 15th, Tuesday, at 7 p.m. at
Pull
City
up
Hall
on me.
in Norfolk. So if you guys are residents of Norfolk, make sure you guys are in attendance. If you want to come out and support and see what's going on, come out and support and see what's going on.
Pull up on me.
Yeah. Informed citizens is what we encourage.
These chords are so volatile.
They are. Like,
Anyway.
I'm just trying to...
They make so much fucking noise. I have the opposite of that. I have Hotep of the Week. It's someone who is like the ass clown of the universe. And I would like to give it to Drake and 21 for the pump fake.
The pump fake?
The pump fake.
What happened?
The album was supposed to come out Friday night.
On the 28th, right?
It is not out. They've pushed it to November 4th, which is upsetting for a series of reasons. One, that's my birthday party. So how am I supposed to listen to Drake and 21 when people are coming from out of town trying to talk to me? Shut up. The album's out.
No, we gotta bump that bitch the whole party.
It's an early 2000s party. We can't play it.
Technically, we still are in the early 2000s.
We will only be playing Every Time We Touch by Cascade.
Girl, I was listening to that in the car yesterday. Stop playing.
And Air Force Ones by Nelly.
Girl, I'm ready.
Listen to the Drake.
I'm so ready.
So that's unfortunate, but
the game is the game.
The game is the game. Yeah,
the game is the game. Come on. I mean, Drake been disappointed in you, but 21 Savage.
I'm not gonna let you do that because here's why I'm excited.
No.
Name an album by Drake. The song with 21 is the best song on that motherfucker. Name an album by 21 Savage. The song with Drake is always my favorite. Mr. Right Now, that's a hit. Sneaking was a hit.
Sorry,
you don't know what songs these are?
Nah.
I'm a slide.
Oh, yeah, I hate that song. I fucking hate that song.
You're just a hater then.
No, I hate that song. I like old 21 Savage before he was getting...
You're going to suffer.
Before he was getting
mainstream. Suffer for hating this way.
I'm sorry.
You're going to tell me you don't like Sneaking? Got my Spanish team convinced that I know Spanish. Really, when I get to talking, when she get to talking, I don't understand it. This is a hater behavior. This is
what album is that on? Is that on Issa?
No.
Which one is that on?
That's a Drake album.
That's a Drake album.
You gonna make me call my bros for assistance? You gonna make me call my bros? Baby, I'm a savage. I ain't romantic.
Nah, it's just I don't know. That's
and I never met nobody from my label, nigga. I just go drop off the music and they pay a nigga. This is hater behavior.
It ain't hater behavior.
It's unbecoming. So we're gonna move on. The point
like
is, Hotep of the week goes to you two motherfuckers. Cause no disrespect to I thought we was gonna shake our ass. You was talking about Chadwick Boseman. No disrespect. I was expecting some sort of like Black is King-esque, Don't Jealous Me-esque thing for the soundtrack. You was singing, we do miss Chad, but that's not what we wanted, That is not what the fuck we wanted, but...
Not for your first song home.
Yeah, no. And the fashion show's on my birthday, so I'll just wait till that. So Drake and 21 Savage, Hoteps of the Week. Drop the fucking album. I'm not playing. And I'm scared that it's not even an album, it's a song. They've been saying album, but what if it's not?
That's facts.
I'll cry.
Because they never did specify.
Whatever.
We'll see on November 4th, though.
I don't even want to think about it.
Girl.
I can't even no.
Nah. Hashtag nah.
Baby, I'm a savage. I ain't romantic.
Yeah, hashtag nah. Speaking of hashtag nah. Up next, we have Ho Why Is You Here? And Ho Why Is You Here is where we express our grievances toward any person, place, or thing that has just been bothering us this past week. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to kick it off. And I'm going to be 100% real with y'all. My Ho Why Is You Here goes to seasonal depression.
Boo.
Seasonal depression is a very, very, very real thing.
It is.
Y'all need to check on y'all friends because I'm not going to lie. This sun going down sooner. It's getting colder. It's just not giving. It's just not giving at all. And it's not really helping. So y'all just make sure y'all check on your friends in these dark times because seasonal depression is very real. It's very real. I ain't going to get too deep into it, but it's real. And, it's wintertime coming up. Everybody just check on your friends. Make sure everybody's doing good because that shit is real. And that is my Whole Why Is You Here.
It is, and we hate that.
It is.
I have a different one.
Okay.
I have people who ask questions like, how are y'all related? I really hate that question. I've been thinking about it recently. So, I have 5 siblings. My youngest sibling is 2. How are y'all related? That's a stupid question. I have cousins like Deja, who's also my best friend. People ask, how are you related? I just think that that's such a rude question because the question is really, why don't y'all look alike?
That's what I was about to say. It's based on appearance more so.
And that's stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's rude. And I was just watching some of my shows last night, and a lot of these shows are about people who are adopted. Like, I've been watching Bling Empire, and Kevin's adopted, and just like, that's such a fucking rude question.
Yeah, how are y'all related is, I don't know. It's almost on that level of like, what are you mixed with?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
and it's just like, if you just have a very nuclear family, that's not my problem.
yeah.
I'm so sorry for you. They're like, your
Girl.
parents didn't have friends, or like, yikes. Sorry.
Mm.
So that's what I have. If you've ever asked someone, how are y'all related, just know that you're a bitch. Thank you.
And if you've ever asked somebody, what do you mix with? Just know that you are also a bitch. Those aren't questions that we should ask people. Oh, I forgot something that I wanted to say.
What is it?
This is a PSA. I'm going to just repeat what I put on Twitter, but since Halloween is, well, in 2 days, y'all probably going to hear this after the fact. But so I'm going to just put it like this. If you did dress up as a cop, an inmate, any type of cultural costume, a mental patient, yeah, you a bitch too.
Yeah.
That's all.
And y'all don't even be doing like the Three Stooges inmates. You know, like when people have the black and white.
Like the white stripes.
I like, you shouldn't dress as
y'all
an
do
inmate,
the orange
period.
jumpsuit.
But like, that one's a little funny.
Nah, that's like old school. Like,
Yeah, you kind of look like the Hamburglar. But
Yeah.
just avoid it as a whole. But like, y'all are not even giving black and white. Like,
No,
inmate. Y'all
like,
are going full orange.
what is it called? Slapstick comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Y'all are giving like, I just walked out the Norfolk City jail and I think this is a cute look.
Tragic.
That's some wild shit.
A cop too, or you'll dress up as a cop. Or
That's just tasteless. Read the room.
they can't. It's unfortunate. So many rude people on the docket today.
Mm-hmm.
It's tragic.
Agreed.
Whatever.
Right. But yeah, that's just how I feel about that. So if you did any of those things, you need to,
Reevaluate.
yeah, you got 364 days until the next Halloween.
And I
Sit
thought about it.
and think.
I thought about it, and I'm blaming the friends too, because the same way you could turn to somebody who looks a mess
Yes,
and
and
say
be like,
you're not
"Take
going
that off."
anywhere with me looking like that, you could have said that about your friend dressed as Pocahontas. You
Or a
could have.
geisha.
Yep.
What did you say? The sombrero.
And the poncho. Yep.
I feel like the sombrero and the poncho is just so like, it's between that and the Native Americans that's just like the worst. Cause it's like, like that's just sensitive. That's just a sensitive topic. Like, why would you even play like that?
They don't care.
Like I feel like you just know.
And I think that they know sometimes, but it's like these people grow up in their towns where they don't have these groups of people.
True. Yeah, that's also true.
So like, whatever. Why do I care that I'm offending people? Like, that's kind of like their vibe.
Yeah. It doesn't really offend me, so.
And it's not just white people. Black people are doing this chaos too.
Yeah, for sure. This time, nobody's exempt. So, anybody who's doing it needs to stop immediately. Did you see that guy, the fake Drake? He's getting a lawsuit by the real Drake.
I don't want to talk about Drake because I'm in a really raw place.
Okay. It's Scorpio season.
Just drop the fucking. Anyways.
Just drop the fucking blank.
So annoying.
Oh my God.
So annoying. This is not the first time this happened. Remember 21 Savage forgot to. Was it I Am Greater Than I Was or Issa where he like tweeted at midday when the album hadn't come out? He's like, oh shit, my bad. Y'all overslept. Forgot to drop my album.
Girl,
Here
I
we
think it was I Am
Greater Than I Was.
Because they didn't waste no time dropping that trash ass Issa album.
You didn't like Bank Account?
Let me tell you something about Bank
You didn't
Account.
like FaceTime?
Let me tell you what that's the worst song on that damn album. But let me tell you something about Bank Account. Every time I play a song, like you know how you have the option to just play music on Apple Music and then it'll do like the infinity play, it'll play other songs that you're supposed to like.
Yeah, is that what that little circle is?
Every
Infinity
fucking
play.
time I do that and I play a song, For whatever reason, Apple Music just plays Bank Account as the next song every single fucking time. Like,
Hey,
I don't understand it. I'm like, bro, if I hear Bank Account one more time, I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
I feel like I'm taking us off the trail here, but I have something to say.
Girl,
I
go
just
ahead.
remembered how annoying it is.
Let's do it.
This girl got on Twitter. It says low vibrational tweeter, so I should have known. That's her using it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
And it says, attacking Ice Spice for making bad music don't even seem cool when y'all let a nigga yell panda on a song for 3 minutes straight and have a rap career. Mediocrity has been accepted for a long time in this genre. Y'all don't know the fucking words to Panda. Leave designer out of your fucking mouth. That song was not mediocre.
What?
Just because, do you know the words to Panda?
Bugging.
See, I'm someone who knows all the words to Panda.
Bugging. I got broads in Atlanta. What he say? Something about drinking something in the Phantom. Credit cards and the scammers. So I forgot the part. Black at 6. Panda.
You're
Black
singing
at
the
6.
chorus. You're singing
Phantom.
the chorus.
White at 6. Look like a panda.
Black at 6. Phantom. Why is he killing on camera? Pop a perk. I got stamina. Gorillas, they come and kill you with bananas. You're telling me that's the same as that nigga Munch?
I ain't say that.
That's what I'm. Panda is not
I ain't
mediocre.
say anything.
I'm someone who knew all the words to Panda when it came out.
But did you see Designer perform it live in person?
Yes, and he's so happy. How could you be a
The
fucking
tickets
hater?
were $8.
Okay, and that's great.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying I got to see Designer perform Panda live for $8. That's all.
Listen, I'm so upset.
Panda.
You know what? I'm really upset. I'm really upset, but I'm gonna be in the weeds all episode if we get into this.
What?
Pockets full, Danny, selling bar, candy, man on the macho like Randy, the chopper go Oscar for Grammy. What?
Keep going.
This nigga pull up your panty. I hope you killers understand me. The chopper go Oscar for Grammy. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch.
Keep going.
I'm just, and it's I got broads in Atlanta, but the verses are different. I got broads in Atlanta, twisting dope lean shit to Fanta. Credit cards, I got scammers. Wake up Versace shit like designer. That's him. Whole bunch of lavish shit. They be asking around town how I be clapping shit. I be pulling up stuff in the Phantom shit. I got plenty of stuff with Bugatti with look how I jotted shit. These lyrics are not right. Cause it's I got plenty years in the Bugatti, but look how I jotted shit. Black at 6, Phantom. Why is he killing on camera? This says white killing on camera. Papa perk, I can't stand it. Gorillas, they come and kill you with bananas. For fillers, they pull up in the Phantom. Yeah. The point is, the lyrics are good. I should have went to Rap Genius. But
yes. Or Apple.
That's why I'm just like, this is very upsetting. This is upsetting to me.
Well,
this is upsetting to me because I don't like Munch. I don't like that song. I do think Ice Spice is not the greatest rapper. I think you should have used a better song to prove your point.
yeah, because they exist.
They exist. But I think that just because, like, Designer is rapping.
Yeah.
Just because you can't understand what he's saying or didn't take the time to look into what he's
That
saying
don't mean it's mediocre.
doesn't mean it's mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could have said Down in the DM by Yo Gotti. That song was half-assed. Did I like the song? Yes. But it was like,
You could have said What Happened to Virgil by Lil Durk. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even know why he said that.
Girl, me either. Like, I don't even fucking know. And I feel like it's low key like I don't know.
It's so rude and nasty. It was nominated for a Grammy. Are you serious? Are you serious? And what are the words to Munch? You thought I was feeling you?
Thought I was feeling you.
That nigga on Munch. Nigga, he hit it for lunch. Bitch, I'm a baddie. I get what I want. Like, and then it's the same thing. Bitches ain't bad. Let's keep it a bean.
I don't know.
Even Panda. The chorus is not just Panda.
Nah, that's an ad-lib.
Black X6. Panda.
Panda. No, Phantom. Black X6, Phantom, white X6 look like a panda.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's not even just saying panda. That's upsetting. And then Timmy Turner is about like a child growing up in
a crazy society.
I loved Designer then. I love Designer
Timmy
now.
Turner.
I like Designer. And I think the Designer was just like,
he was
y'all
different.
want niggas to get famous and not be happy to be here. And that's crazy. Everywhere Designer showed up, like he was jumping, like it wasn't just a gimmick, like like the Wild
he was
Thornberrys.
really that
He was just
excited.
very excited to have this opportunity, and I think it's really fucked up that this girl got a.
Yeah, he won't playing too cool.
You niggas can't be happy now,
Yeah,
and now that's mediocre. A simple Google search, and not clicking this link that I clicked,
simple Google search
would have shown you that like. These are not the same thing.
Mm-hmm. By far.
Anyways, I give up.
Yeah, I
give
don't know.
up
She
on
could
you
have picked
bitches.
any song.
She could have.
She could have picked any fucking song. Leave Designer out of this. His name been nobody's mouth for the longest time. Let's keep it that way. It really don't have to be all that.
That felt anti-black. And it's
Good
bothering
point.
me. Anyways,
Moving right along.
yeah.
So now we have Let Me Stay Focused, which is the topic of our episode. I have it this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to discuss something.
Okay.
I know you're not religious, but are you spiritual at all?
Mhm.
Okay. So then we can talk about this. So I looked up the definition of the word soul tie, right? And I couldn't find like a dictionary definition, but this is the closest thing that I could find. So basically a soul tie is explained as an intense spiritual connection between two people that results in a mutual learning experience. Now, I came across this tweet on Twitter, and I'm gonna read this stuff to you before I ask the question. So
Okay.
the tweet says, modern day hookup culture is a strong indication of how far the society has fallen. Sex is meant to be sacred. Sex is meant to be precious, special. It is the highest intimate act that
brother.
two people can share. Right.
When there's people who can give birth. Go on.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the next tweet says, for those who continuously discuss soul ties and how the person you have sex with never leaves your, quotation marks around, never leaves your body, I want y'all to think about how somebody with sexual assault trauma might feel when reading shit like that. I mean, seriously, this isn't even a chronically online take. And then the last tweet that I want to read, it says, the whole soul ties and first love narratives are usually pushed by people who don't want to let go of those they've been with. It's so obviously a way for them to exaggerate their importance in someone else's life. So with that being said, I would like to ask you and our listening audience,
Mm-hmm.
are soul ties real, or do you guys just have attachment issues? Because the reason why I ask this is because how you gonna, I don't know, in the name of spirituality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, I guess, what this is about.
That's why I'm confused. I'm like, what does this have to do with religion?
No. Well, no. I didn't know if you were like, like some people just don't fuck with religion or spirituality. I know some people like that. So I just had to ask before we get into it. But I just feel like people in the name of spirituality are putting titles on these things that aren't even what they're trying to make them. And they think they're freeing themselves, but in reality, they're like shaming themselves, I feel like. And it's not really beneficial. Like, what do you get out of saying that everybody that you had sex with is eternally connected to you? First of all, that's not true. Y'all said sex was the most intimate act. That's not true either.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't feel like what you're experiencing is a soul tie. I feel like you have attachment issues and you're trying to mask it and present it to the world like, oh, this is just a deep spiritual connection and it's just so spiritual, da 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 da. When really, like the tweet said, you're just trying to make yourself more important to that person than what you really are, which is kind of a little delusional. I feel like
I need a context.
What do you mean? Like as far as the tweet?
Like an example of like when someone will be saying this.
I mean, they say it all the time on Twitter. Like y'all need, like just now.
Yeah.
Y'all need to watch. Like casual sex is not it's not good because what does the tweet say?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
like,
okay.
you know?
Yeah, no. I think that soul ties more often than not are used to like shame people. Like, hey, you still have all these people like looming over you,
Right.
or an excuse of why you're not over somebody.
Right. And that's how I feel. Now, furthermore, even though I am a Christian, I have to keep it real. I feel like Christians use this as a tool for shaming because soul ties is not a biblical concept. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that. So, this tweet says it's a very patriarchal view of sex that is very Christian and shows up in how people talk about sexuality. It sucks because it does target and exclude a lot of vulnerable people like survivors and sex workers. Then the next tweet says it's not even biblical. The only mention of a soul tie in the Bible was between two male friends. The Bible consistently says sex joins bodies together, which is the act of it. I mean, it literally does.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. The term was made up by misogynistic pastors. So, I mean, I don't know. I
didn't even know that soul ties came from pastors. I thought it came from the Love and Light bitches. But I think that the idea is stupid. But I don't like now that you say that, I think about like, oh, trying to make yourself more important in someone else's life. But mostly I thought of it as like when people are saying it, like you just love that nigga and you shouldn't. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like
that's how I feel also. And
it wasn't that serious.
It wasn't that serious, but I thought that's what spirituality was about. I thought it was about getting to the root of the issue so that it can be addressed and solved.
I have no idea what spirituality is about.
I mean, that's what they make it seem like it's about. Healing and
trees.
I mean, I thought it was about healing and overcoming trauma, and we can't overcome trauma when you're slapping a term over it and just pretending like
it is what it is. That's what you get, basically.
Soul ties aren't real. And the fact that y'all think that sex is the most intimate act is the part I'm concerned about most.
I'm just confused because I don't really hear soul ties like in my daily life.
Really?
Like, no.
I see that shit all the time on Twitter.
Yeah.
All the time.
I mean, I don't, but I just think that the concept is dumb. I think that you might like somebody for a long period of time after you sleep with them, and that's fine. And that means that you probably, as an individual, shouldn't sleep with people casually because you do not have the capability of doing that without ending up in a situation that is completely one-sided.
Right.
On the other hand, I don't think that soul ties are real. I think that there's just some lovey-dovey motherfuckers out here. Sorry.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because if soul ties, let's say soul ties are real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now what? Okay. And then, like they said, for people who are victims, now what? Like, so you mean to tell me I'm eternally connected to somebody who forced me to have sex with them? Like, what does that even mean for me?
I mean, logistically, usually it's like, hey, in the concept of church, but not religion.
Mm-hmm.
In church, it's like, hey, here's this really strict set of rules. And then someone's like, well, what about me? And they're like, oh, but not you. So they would just be like, oh, not you. And that would be.
Would they really be like, not me, though? Or would they be like, I don't know.
I would just be like, oh, of course not you. Of course not victims. I was talking about
people who voluntarily do it out of their free will, because that's what life is about, free will and the ability to choose.
I mean, I didn't say it made sense. I said that's usually how it goes.
No, I know. I'm just explaining this thought pattern out to the listeners so they can hear how bogus it sounds.
Yeah, it would be just like when you're like, well, I thought you're not supposed to get your ears pierced. You're talking about people with tattoos, but you have ear piercings. It's like, oh, but that's different. Hey, why do you still eat pork? Oh, but that's different. Hey, why do you wear mixed match patterns? Oh, but that's different.
Mixed fabrics, right?
Yeah, that's not the same thing. It would just be, it's not the same thing. No?
Girl, I agree with you. I just think it's bogus. Like, I think it's bogus. And I'm tired of people with these takes on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in God. I don't believe in the church. So
Yeah.
I don't expect anything particularly profound or helpful to come from
it.
For example, like I know someone who works in mental health and tweeted like, hey, as a mental health professional, I still don't think that there's anything that can help someone more than God can. And I'm like, wow. That's like a really shitty take as a mental health professional.
That's a little scary. I'm not going to lie.
It was.
I'm not going to lie.
It still is. Scary.
Yeah, that's a little scary. We shouldn't have people like that.
That's what I'm saying.
We shouldn't have people like that counseling people.
But I think that talking about the soul ties and what about victims and things of the sort is the same issue I have when I saw what she posted, which is like people don't understand that because of the church, God is traumatic for a lot of people.
Agreed.
God is traumatic for a lot of people, and so you can't, as a mental health professional, say like
you can't intertwine the two.
Or there's places that do that. There's Christian counseling centers.
Yes.
Go work there.
Yeah, but everybody isn't ready to talk about that, or you know what I'm saying? Like I agree with what you said. I grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? And church can be it can be a very traumatizing place, and if you're not careful, you'll end up allowing the church to separate you from having a relationship with God, which is not good. You have to know God for yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like churches will do shit like your child dies and they're just like, God has a reason for everything. Like, yeah. You think people want to hear that shit?
Right. It's all, what did they say? God's timing is.
Yeah. So God took your baby. That's what you're saying to people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so when God takes my baby, it's a problem. But if I take my baby.
Exactly.
Like shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm a Christian, but I have questions. I have questions. I'm not.
Or like God is the reasoning behind why you're on the fucking street because you're gay. You know what I'm saying? Like your parents put you out. Yikes. Now,
when it comes to stuff like that, I don't listen to that because it's like two things cannot be true. Those two things cannot be true. If y'all say God is love, either God is love or he's not.
No, but I'm saying like to the child who got put out.
Oh yeah.
That like.
They definitely don't want to hear that.
My parents care more about God than they do about like me.
But that's a lot of kids' reality. I'm not gonna lie.
It's unfortunate.
A lot of kids' reality. Growing up, I low-key felt like that was my reality. Like my parents care way more about the church and just like what people in the church thought, and then having a decent relationship with their kids and how their kids felt. And I paid the price for it.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate. Like, it's not fair. Like, I think my parents were very much like me, where, like, I have a relationship with God, but I'm not about to please you or these people in this church. Like, I'm not about to stunt on my kid. But that's just how we're raised. Like, my Nana got into an argument with her churchgoers because she told my mom, you could go out, but, like, you got to make it to church. So my mom came straight from the club to church.
Oh, I've done that one
like
before.
In her club clothes, somebody had something to say, and my Nana went the fuck off. Like, at least she's here. Where's your daughter?
Right. She following the rules. Like, what's the problem?
And so, like, I didn't have a christening technically. I had a dedication, which is like,
baby dedication
to God, but like they can choose their own faith at whatever point. And like growing up, my kindergarten, I went to like Baptist Temple Christian Academy, but I didn't have like, God's not gonna like that.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
But that's why I've seen how it's traumatized other people. Like even my friends in college, I've mentioned that I used to have a friend who like we would do some fun shit and then she feel guilty and then now she's tweaking on us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I just
telling people or friends telling you that you led them away from God.
Yeah. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit.
Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
No disrespect. We trying to turn up. You talking about God right now. It's 3 a.m.
Like, we both fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
we both about God.
Up. The fuck is you talking about? But I don't know. Like, just like with the soul tie things, I feel like a lot of the things that go on in church are to deflect, I guess, put a title on behaviors to make them appear, you know, not what they really are, or not as toxic as they really are. And until we get to the bottom of those behaviors and actually address them, it's just gonna keep doing damage. That's all. I don't know. I don't think soul ties are real at all.
No, I get the
concept, but nah.
I get when people feel like I really like this person, and no matter how, like I think all of us can identify with being in a situation that we know is very shitty, and just being like, why do I still care about this person? Why do I still like? But I think that's what they think is a soul tie, though. I think that they think that the reasoning behind the way they feel that way is because they've had sex with this person without separating. Like, I might just be an emotional type of bitch. You know what I'm saying?
They are making this shit up as they go. I've seen having sex on your period is witchcraft. If someone spits in your mouth, that's witchcraft. If someone, I've heard that you can put a spell on somebody during sex, like manifest things that you want them to do. Like, I feel like they're making this shit up as they go. I'm just going to keep it a set. I only
support witches for Black lives.
Get the fuck out of here, because I know you're not talking about what I think you're talking about.
Witches for Black lives. Send a couple dollars their way.
I know
see what they can make happen. I'm saying let's call on the witches because they not respecting Black lives the regular way.
They not.
Maybe the witches can get help. Something done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a witch.
I'm not either.
Them witches fuck with me though, because remember I almost started that witchcraft war on TikTok. That girl said she was gonna do witchcraft on me, and my followers were like, "Well, we witches too, and it's one of you,
and it's multiple of
us. What the fuck you want to do?" Not my bitch. So yeah, I'm not a witch, but I fuck with the witches, and the witches fuck with me. I don't bother them; they don't bother me.
Right.
So I don't really care what the fuck they doing. I don't care.
I just feel like I said,
it's like white people. What the fuck are they doing? I don't give a fuck.
People, they're making this shit up as they. Some people. I'm not talking about the real witches. I'm talking about like people that's just jumping on Twitter saying, "Oh yeah, you have sex with somebody. That's a ritual. That's a blood ritual."
You just trying to explain why you smashed that man's windows. That's girl, just say you wanted to.
That you talking about if somebody spit in your mouth during sex, like that is witchcraft. What type of witchcraft, girl? Like, what's supposed to be the outcome of that?
Girl.
Be fucking serious, man. Y'all just got freaky with a nigga and he did some shit that you ain't never had done before, and now you stuck. Let's just be real and call it what it is.
Yeah. But I think if you don't understand, like, for example, I think someone who they don't say soul tie, but I think people would obviously say that about Krishan and Blueface, and that's just like an abusive situation where she really loves that nigga, and that nigga knows that she really loves him, takes advantage of that fact, and they've clearly been in a lot of turmoil, and it's just
Krishan and Blueface give BPD and narcissists, and you know they go hand in hand, like they enable each other's chaos.
I just really think that Blueface has always been the person of power in that situation. I mean, she went on the I Love Blueface show, and she's just the only person who and now that we learn more about her family, like
that's
her siblings speaking about why Blueface was completely fine or justified in beating her father up, we learn more and more about why Krishan
is the way she
is the way that she is, and is in this situation, right? That it's not as alarming to her as it would be to other people, and that's super unfortunate. But I think other people would be like, see them soul ties.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that too. Trust me.
Everyone's dumb. Which is for Black Lives. I'm trying to find their donation link.
Nah, there were Wishes for Black Lives. Somebody said something about that in that video with Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
And he was like, how you gonna change the curfews? Some of us don't even have a home to go back to. How you gonna change the curfews out of nowhere?
That's what I'm saying. The witches be I fuck with the witches. I'm not gonna be one. Don't invite me to the witchcraft party, but bitch, I fuck with you. Witches for Black Lives.
Yes.
Woo!
I fuck with the witches who use what they do for good. When you start doing shit like,
and the witches like this, they don't be like, oh, I'm a witch. Oh, I'm a witch.
They're very low key.
They just witching. Mm-hmm. And I fuck with that. I fuck with the witches. Who would want to make an enemy out of the witches? Be fucking for real.
Man, look. That ain't
even if I didn't fuck with the witches, which I do.
You wouldn't just be like, yeah, I don't fuck with witches.
Listen, even if I didn't fuck with the witches, which I do, I still wouldn't be like, I don't fuck with the witches. You would have to be stupid. Does that answer the question about soul ties?
Makes sense.
Are we sure?
Makes sense.
Well, I don't think they're real either, but I get the people don't want to admit, you know, there's been some rough stuff, you know?
Right.
And it's hard. It's hard to admit that you just can't let go.
It's not, wait, no, it's not them, it's you.
Yeah. So one, that was a good piece of advice, right? Don't publicly start with the witches.
Keep that shit to yourself.
And we have more advice. This is advice from Umar, which is where we take a no context Dr. Umar clip and we turn it into valuable life advice. I have that today.
Mm.
Look, stop the fake shit. If you ain't real, that's okay. Stay away from me. I want real people around me. Okay? I want real people. I don't need no fake people around me.
Usually we have to take it and turn it into valuable life advice.
But we don't even have to.
Was already valuable advice. If you not real, that's okay. However, alternatively, keep that shit from around me. Let's play it again.
Yeah.
Look,
Put the people in the back.
Stop the fake shit. If you ain't real, that's okay. Stay away from me. I want real people around me. Okay? I want real people. I don't need no fake people around me.
So don't even start the pretending how real you are. You don't have to do that either. If you not real, that's okay. Just keep the fake shit from
Away
around
from
me. The fuck?
And with that being said, here's another piece of advice for you.
An important one.
Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Or ever. Why do we have to remind y'all so often?
We say this every fucking week.
And somebody does it every fucking week.
They do. I be seeing y'all in the fucking comments.
Hating.
Mind you, y'all are very lucky that I have just eased up off social media, like, as a whole. Because y'all be going in them fucking comments.
And I be telling y'all the beef is self-serve. Made to order. I will answer you and you're not going to like it. You see the guy who commented on when I was like, here's the type of shit black people do.
Yes.
And he was like, I hope you're talking about women as well.
Yes.
Well, women are people, jackass.
Yes,
Who hurt
I
you?
saw that shit, girl. And it really took everything in me to just be like.
He was so
Chrissy.
mad when I was like, you still here?
I was watching in real time.
Like a 6.
I get those notifications
look like a
too, bro.
10?
I'm looking at this shit like, are you stupid, dumb, or the other thing? Like, what?
Don't do it. You'll get cussed the fuck out. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.